Hello, welcome to Anatomy and Physiology. My name is Molly Baxter and I will see you in class on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'd like to give you a little overview of RAMS Online. This is particularly useful for people who've never been to this school before. So you'll see here we are in class, and you can see that class will be every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 11:15. You would click on this link here for class. You can join 10 minutes early, and if you don't know how to join, you can read this document on how to join Collaborate. That purple arrow is the Collaborate link. Up here is also a link to your online learning assignments. This is at the Pearson website and it is called Mastering A&P. You would click here and then you would click again here, Open My Lab in Mastering. And I'm not going to do that now because my screen will be different than your screen. But at that point, you will get the opportunity to enter your access code to do your online assignments. Now, if you chose not to buy that access code, you have free access for about 2 weeks, after which you will lose your assignments. So you would need to enter a credit card number to keep that class open so that you can continue to do your assignments. Those assignments are mandatory. Those assignments include homework, and if you do well on the homework, you do not have to do the second assignment called adaptive follow-up. If you get 90% or better on your homework, you'll get an automatic 100% on the adaptive follow-up. However, if you do less than 90%, the questions that will be presented to you in the adaptive follow-up will be those you did poorly on in the homework assignment. So it's geared toward your learning. In My Lab and Mastering will also be a quiz for each chapter. You will also see additional assignments called dynamic study modules that are not mandatory. You do not get points for them, but I highly suggest you do them because they really, really help with your learning. You can download a Pearson or it may be a Mastering app onto your phone and do those dynamic study modules on your phone when you have 10 or 15 minutes free. It's like flashcards. And then the last link here is the Visible Body Lab link, and this will take you to our lab site, and it will look something like this when you get there. You have to register, of course. For all these registrations, you do want to use your school email. But here you can see there is a Getting Started assignment. So you do that, and then you take the Getting Started quiz, and then you can see that there's 2 labs for Lab 1. The language of anatomy, and these are some documents you need to go through. And these documents really supplement Chapter 1. There's a lot of terminology in Chapter 1, and going through these and learning this information will help you on your test for Chapter 1. And then there is an assignment for this Lab 1, the language of anatomy, and that assignment is in course resources. It's called the anatomical scavenger hunt. So you need to open that up and complete that. Then you save that on your desktop and submit it. And I'll show you where you can submit that. So the document that you need for those labs are in course resources, but they'll also be present at the submission link. So you can see this here, but you really want to start with the Getting Started module and read through this whole module. A lot of students don't bother, and then they get into trouble later because they don't know the laws, the rules of the class that we go by. So you want to check your announcements every day. This video that you're listening to now is right there in Course Introduction. Meet your instructors quick. Instructor Welcome is a document to read. Syllabus is pretty standard. The syllabus addendum has the rules, so read through that carefully, make sure you know what's going on in this class, and then if you have any questions, you can post them to the question and answer forum. And no question is stupid, because if you have a question, guaranteed other students in the class have exactly the same question. So post it here and I can answer you as soon as I get that. You'll want to take a quick tour of RAMS Online. You'll want to look at this Respondus Lockdown Browser link because we'll be taking our tests using Respondus Lockdown Browser and the webcam. And all the documents necessary for that are located at that link there. So you do want to read all this stuff off to the right. It says support services at SCC block. So there you go, your support services at SCC block. You want to make sure you know what's going on. A lot of important information there. And then explore the policies block. And then it will tell you what to do next. At the very bottom of each module, it will have the word next, and you just obey and you'll be good to go. So here we're going to navigate to the next module, the enrollment key quiz module. If you've taken a class here before, you know about this. If you haven't, you have no clue what's going on here. All you have to do is complete this little quiz by August 26th. Now it's grayed out here, but by the time you get to it, it will be available, because anything that's not, if the class hasn't started, these things just aren't available to you. So by Monday, August 17th, 12:05 a.m., it will become available and you can take it. If you don't take it, nothing in the class is available to you. Everything will be blocked from you. So you do have to take this first. So that's easy to do, and I have to drop you if you don't take it. So there is that problem. So after you take that enrollment key quiz, which should take you about 10 minutes, then you're going to follow the yellow brick road to next. Navigate to week 1. And you can see, well, I'll show you up here at the very top where these arrows open all and close all. So I'm going to close all, and you can see the whole term right before your eyes. Right? So we've already done the Getting Started module and the Enrollment Key Quiz module. So now I'm going to open up the third module. And actually, this is a 2-week module. It's not due until September 1st. So it's 2 weeks because you do have a lot to get used to in this class with the online assignments and the online labs and class and all that stuff. You've got 2 weeks to kind of get used to things. So take advantage of that. Now we are initiating a new method of online presentation. It's called Quality Matters, and what it means is that if you have a Quality Matters class, everything will be pretty much standardized. Like the chapter will begin like this: review your objectives, review your resources, complete these assignments and activities. And upon completion, you'll be able to do this. So read through that quickly. It tells you what's coming up for the week, what you have to do, what you've got to submit, and it really keeps you on track. Then I'll have a week overview. This is actually week 1 and week 2. It's module 1 overview. So read through this. Post to the introduction form, and that once you click on that, it will tell you how to follow those directions. Here's another link for My Lab and Mastering, the online assignments, and another link for Visible Body. But remember, those links were at the very top of class. And so if you can't find those links, just go to the top of class and you'll see them. Now, standard in my classes will be narrated PowerPoints. I've taken the PowerPoint and talked you through it, just like I'm lecturing in class. And there's some questions throughout them. They're very useful for an online class. Even students who come to class usually study with the narrated PowerPoints because you can listen to them anywhere. I would take notes while you're listening to them. There's the regular PowerPoint, Chapter 1 PowerPoint. I always have an outline that goes along with the chapter, and that's useful later on, especially when we skip certain modules in a chapter, and I tell you what to skip and what to focus on. Here are some tips on how to learn Chapter 1, what to learn from Chapter 1. These are very short documents. You just read through them. And then here are some activities that you really, really do need to do in order to learn them. It's kind of hard to memorize some things. I've got to move some things around here. but these activities will be required for you to take the test. Now, where it says additional resources, these are resources for the entire term, not for Chapter 1. There's really no other place I could put them. So, when I took anatomy, all I had was a textbook. And you've got so many online resources now, videos and flashcards and all kinds of things. You won't know if you like to use that resource until you try it. So just open up click on some of these links and click on every single one of them to check them out and see if they're valid for your type of learning. And then here's the testing information. There'll be a Quizlet for each chapter. You can practice with that. A quiz show, make sure to open to full screen to see the answers. Chapter 1, things to know, you will print out and fill out by hand and save because it will be your study guide for the final. Or you can type into the document and save it to your desktop. And then here is a quick practice test for Respondus Lockdown Browser. If you've never used it before, just click on that anytime and you can see how that works. Now, the Chapter 1 test is grayed out. Oop, that date's wrong. It's not due till 9/1, but it's not available until you have done these activities. So you go up and see those activities. The first one was tips on how to learn Chapter 1. So it's these first 4 activities. So once you've clicked on that and done that activity, there'll be a box over here on the right that you need to check off. You need to check off all 4 activities before you take that test. And then here at Submit Lab 1, if you click on that, you'll find the document for Lab 1 that you need to download, fill out, and then upload by the due date. So that's all for that class, and I will see you in class. Ask questions, email me. There's lots of ways to get in touch with me that we'll talk about when we're in class together. I hope you have a great term with anatomy, and I'll see you in class.